Welcome to TTBoy TV. Today we have one of the coolest, sweetest, sexiest, prettiest Latinas / white, whatever you want to say.
Whatever the hell she is.
Beautiful, beautiful, blonde, hot goddesses. Nina, Elle.
Hey.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you for having me today.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, of course. You're my boy, man. I got you.
Yeah, thank you.
All your endeavors.
Yeah, thank you. How's your day so far?
It's good. I've been interviewing talent all day for my new talent agency, so it's been a long day, but it's good.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, I just bought Society 15.
Congratulations.
I know. Thank you. It's been a lot. It's like all of a sudden being mom to like 40 girls and 15 guys, you know?
Wow, that's a big endeavor.
It is, but you know, it's going to pay off. I'm excited about it.
Can you handle the responsibility?
I think so. We'll see. Ask me in about 6 months. But for now, I'm trying to manage, man. Trying to jump and do your show, trying to handle my girls. Actually, after this, I got to jet real quick and interview another couple girls. So I'm trying to manage this shit.
That's great. I hope you make a lot of money.
I don't know if I'm going to make a lot, but at least enough to keep me sustained and keep my family good and help the girls out. It's not too many like girl agents or female agents in the industry, so it's a big loophole. So hopefully I'll be able to help them out.
Not too many sweet ones.
Maybe. I don't know if I'm sweet. I'm a little bitch.
Well, you look sweet to me. And sexy. I mean, come on.
I know, right?
Yeah, you're the baddest one.
She's out of banda.
Ah, wow. That's nice. So we want to start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from?
I'm an Army brat. So my mom's from Germany. My dad, he's from Northern California, but he's Brazilian. So I was born in Germany and to German-American parents. And I kind of grew up in Germany. And I lived in Fort Benning, Fort Stewart, Killeen, Texas, Fort Huachuca, Arizona, Modesto, California, Riverbank, California. So I'm like a gypsy.
Wow, that's a lot of Californians.
That's a lot of. I love my California.
I love California.
Hey, now I'm a Valley girl.
Yep, no doubt. For sure, totally.
Totally, dude.
Totally awesome.
Gag me with a spoon, dude.
For sure.
For sure.
I was in those days, on the 80s. Anyway, so Brazilian.
Yeah,
really?
My dad's Brazilian.
I didn't know you're Brazilian. Wow.
Yeah.
Follow Portuguese?
Portuguese. I don't really speak Portuguese.
No follow?
No. My dad never really taught me. No.
Como
I got his
vai?
looks though.
Yeah. Well, he
my
must
last
have been a good-looking guy.
He was very handsome. That's why him and my mom didn't last. He was kind of a dog, you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
A little too handsome for his own self.
For all the beautiful people, they always have that problem.
Exactly. Fuck it. It's like a curse.
Yeah. And a blessing.
I guess.
You get the double dip.
Double dip that shit.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, como vai você means how are you in Portuguese.
Right. Yeah, I kind of know that. Yeah.
Tudo bem?
No, that's as far as I go.
Obrigado.
No, my last name is very Portuguese. I don't really want to say on air, but it's very hardcore Portuguese.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like it.
It's like Jack Rabbit in Portuguese.
Oh, yeah? That's like they call me.
I bet they do.
Yeah. Back in the day. So, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love Brazil. Beautiful. Have you been there?
No, I've never been. You've been promising to take me.
Yeah.
One these days. I'm still waiting on that trip.
I will keep my promise.
Like, if we're still friends, and 3 years from now, I'm like, here we are, we're still friends. I'm still waiting on my Brazil trip.
I'm on the spot.
3 years later, we're still friends right now.
I'm starting to sweat. All right. So all those California. So where was the favorite place you lived?
I really love it here. I love being a Valley girl. I love the Valley. I love how diverse it is. The community is very diverse. I love being able to go to the beach and the mountains and the city and all in fucking one day. Everything's there. So, you know, and being who I am and what I do, I feel very comfortable here because there's a lot of likewise people. So you don't feel like an outsider or weird or, you know, you can just kind of be yourself and mingle in.
Right. I'm going to have to agree with you.
Yeah. Right?
Southern California is the best.
It's the place to be, man.
I lived in Atlanta, and
Yeah.
Feels like an armpit.
It does. Like a hot, sweaty one.
Yeah.
Without deodorant.
Miami is cool, but not LA.
Yeah. No, it's not LA. I love Miami too. I love South Beach, Biscayne. It's cool for hanging out, but not living.
Yeah, for sure. It's beautiful. It's just flat and dead end street, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Everybody's kind of superficial there. Everybody's kind of like a hustler, and especially the girls, because they hustle you about their money and this and that.
Oh, yeah?
So, you have to say LA is superficial, but not really, because we're all from different backgrounds. And if you get to know us, we're not really that superficial and stuck up as everybody thinks. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe the Hollywood crowd. I don't know, but I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm more Valley. We're more real here.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm from the Valley, so it's all good. SFV.
Hey, SFV.
So, all right, so you lived in Germany, you said, as a child?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How old were you?
On and off. Like, I grew up there till I was like 5. Then I lived in Georgia, and then I came back when I was 7 to like 12. I lived in Germany, and then I left again. Then I came back when I was like 14 to 16, and then I left to San Antonio to Killeen in Arizona. Wow. Yeah. So big time of my childhood I spent, and I hated Germany. Like, I hated it. I didn't want to be there. I ended up running away from home when I was 14. I kind of lived on the streets of Frankfurt. I had like a pet rat, and I was like sleeping, where you get the money out of the teller at the bank. I was like sleeping in a little front room or public bathrooms. And
really?
Yeah, it was pretty hard. And then I met a guy, and I was like, and he was American, and I was like, oh, let's go. I want to get the fuck out of here. So I left with him to Killeen, and then that's where I went back to school and kind of got my shit together. I hated being over there. I always kind of felt like the outsider. Yeah, because you don't be mixed. You're never really the German girl. You're never really the American girl. You're always kind of like, you float in between until you find your spot. It sucks, especially when you're a teenager. I always kind of figure out who you are and where your place is.
I mean, I could totally see it being German.
Well, yeah, because I'm the German here, So over there, they're like, oh, you look like an American. So.
Oh yeah, they're pretty strong.
Yeah, I went to German school. I dropped out of high school over there. Not my fault, because my dad, he got out of the military, so I couldn't go to military high school anymore. And that's when I really lost it, because I was like a cheerleader, and I was doing all the preppy shift, the Mighty Mustangs. I'm like, take it to the limit, take it to the top. We're the Mighty Mustangs, and we can't be stopped. So all that shit, and then I had to drop out of American school, and that's when I went to German school, and they were just so mean to me. Like, in my locker, I had this thing that said, Amis haut ab, nimmt den Dreck mit, which meant, like, Americans are Amis. They call Americans Amis. Get the fuck out of here and take your dirt with you and stuff. They wrote on my locker, like, hate crime stuff. And I was like, fuck that. So I just tried to fight everybody. I had some court cases over there. And then, that's where I ended up dropping out. And I lived on the streets for a while. Yeah.
That's for real.
Yeah, but that's what made me so hungry to who I am today, coming from a hard upbringing. You kind of want to fight harder to make what you have and hold on to that.
That's a trip. I mean, being homeless, it gets cold out there.
Fuck yeah, that's why I slept inside bathrooms and banks and.
Wow. Yeah. And you must have been so pretty,
Cars.
so it really was crazy.
It was hard. Yeah, I had a group of people I was with. We're all kind of like little stoners and kind of huddled together.
I was a stoner.
I think we all were.
That's cool.
Which I'm not anymore that much, although I love bonsai vapes.
Yeah? I heard they're good.
All right, bonsai. Got so much love for you guys.
Hey, bonsai. Thank you.
I don't always smoke, but when I do smoke, it's bonsai vapes.
That's cool. I heard they're good.
They're amazing.
Well, that is a trip. I didn't know about you, huh?
Yeah.
That's, because I was homeless here and there, but not crazy like that. You're more
like
homeless than
everybody that kind of made it big went through some hardship in the beginning.
Yeah, that's a trip.
Yeah.
So, you're pretty. I'm guessing. I mean, you're pretty as hell right now. So when you're like
done up,
no,
when I'm cleaned up,
when you're younger, still a little more vibrant and prettier. Like, you must have had a hard time beating your men off.
I did, but I think that's where my tough persona came from. I have a little tough persona to me, and I think this just came from all the years of having to do that and fend for myself. So I learned quickly how to live on my own and take care of myself. Huh. Yeah.
So your mother just said.
Well, no, I know she was going through a divorce, and she's going through her own shit. She worked a lot, and we just butted heads, and still to this day we do. So one day I took off and just didn't come home for a long time. Reconciled with her recently, but
it's gotta be a heartbreak on both sides,
Yeah, it is.
Because she has a beautiful daughter. She's got to love you. And then, you won't, whatever, you don't see eye to eye and you're young and you separate and the heart's got to be hurting. There's the same heart, kind of.
Yeah,
right?
No,
So
it is. I mean,
it's
now
hard.
even to this day, she lives with me. I take care of her, but it's so hard. Like, I don't even know how long that's gonna last because it's tough, man. I was my duty as a daughter. I feel like I should take care of her, but it's just we're just so different. Like it's been tough.
So, anyways, listen, of course, this is one of the big questions. When was the first time you had sex?
God, I was young. I must have been like 13 or so. Yeah. But I was with my boyfriend at the time, I thought I loved. And, when you're 13, you think you're in puppy love and shit. So it wasn't just like randomly. But I was 13.
I mean, you can love at 13.
Yeah. He was like a DJ. He was a Turkish guy. He was a DJ, but he was very light skinned. He was a sweet guy. I was with him for like, I don't know how long. Maybe a year. Seemed like forever when you're 13. I have no clue. I don't fucking remember.
Was it a good experience?
I was uncomfortable at first. Yeah. Kind of like how you hang of it first.
Did they what?
You got to get a hang of it first.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
First it wasn't, but then
I think
better with time. Here I'm doing porn. Go.
You're crazy. That was funny.
Here I'm slapping them.
Well, I guess at this point in time, which doesn't seem like it's on your mind, but did you ever think 13, 14, 15 years old you might want to be a porno star?
No, it was always kind of different. I always knew I wanted to do something along those lines. I always thought I wanted to be a stripper or something. I didn't watch much porn, so I'm like, I always thought Jenna Jameson was gorgeous. She was like my idol. Or Pamela Anderson, they were beautiful. So being a beautiful woman like that was my thing. I'm like, I'm going to be a stripper, and I'm going to go strip along the desert highway all the way down to Mexico and like Desperado. That's what I always wanted to do. So I ended up, just to please my parents, I got into dental hygiene. I was a dental hygienist for 10 years. I lived a complete straight life, started going to school to be a dentist, and fucking hated it. Like, it was not me.
Did you ever meet Jenna?
Yeah, I met her a few times. Yeah, she hosted the XBiz Awards a couple of years ago, and I've met her a few times.
She's
Sweet
great.
girl.
She's cool.
I met her ex-husband. I know Tito Ortiz well, so yeah.
Yeah, Jenna's great. I love her.
Yeah, they're great people.
So you're dropped out, or are you not dropped out because you're kind of homeless? So are you going to school?
Oh, this is after I did have kids, so I got my life together. And then, I wasn't homeless. I met my kid's dad, and we're living together. And then I started going to school for hygiene.
No, in Germany. So you're like 14. So are you going to school?
No, I stopped, and I went back to school in Arizona, and I finished going to school out there.
So 14, you're totally out of school.
Yeah.
Wow. So you didn't get. But you said you were a cheerleader at one point?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I started going. I was middle school. I never went to American high school. I ended up going to middle school, and then I dropped out, and then I ended up going to Arizona, finishing my education out there.
Wow. So you were a cheerleader in middle school?
Yeah.
And you were doing a raw for me. You still remember it?
Yeah.
Let me see it.
I just go,
come on.
Take it to the limit, take it to the top. We're the mighty Mustangs and we can't be stopped. Yay! Woo!
That was great.
Yeah.
And that's in America? That's
Mainz Mustangs for it was a military school in Mainz.
Oh, so English, yeah, but Germany.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. You would have been super popular in school for sure.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
I totally know you would have been like,
Who knows?
the valedictorian president.
Maybe. Who knows what would happen?
So you got to hang up sex at 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Were you very sexual or not?
I was kind of not too sexual.
No?
I loved horseback riding. I love fast cars. To this day, I love fast cars. I love driving fast cars. My Challenger is my baby. I love racing and drifting them and all that stuff.
Drifting?
Yeah.
When we get back to that one. That sounds kind of wild.
Yeah.
So.
I was always kind of like a tomboy.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. You have that kind of,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really look like one, but I can see you being kind of cool with everybody.
Yeah, I always had more guy friends for some reason.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're just like very easy to get along with.
Mm-hmm.
Very, good, positive personality.
Thank you.
You're the best.
Thank you. I know, right?
Did you read a lot while you were out of school? Not, after school, but when you were not in school, were you reading? Were you trying to study or just out there playing
No,
around?
I was really just playing around. I used to read a lot of books. I used to love reading. And then when I dropped out, I kind of just let it go.
Oh, so your heart's broken.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I didn't really have much guidance, So I was just out with my friends doing, what teenagers do.
Well, I know what I did. You drinking and...
Basically, it was Frankfurt, Germany in the mid-'90s when raves were just starting. I went to the first raves. They were called Maydays back then. And it was just, they used to block up the whole underground subway system in Frankfurt, Germany. They used to have huge raves. And of course, there were all kinds of drugs going around. And first time I started trying out drugs and it almost killed me. I was like, fuck. And that kind of scared me straight. And I was like, yeah.
How old were you?
Yeah, some stuff like that. Yeah, and then I ended up just saying, fuck this, I'm going to go back to school, and that's when I left. And
so you're 16 or 15 or...
I was like 16, 15, 16, yeah.
For the drugs and...
Then I ended up leaving and went back to school. Yeah.
Are you glad you did that?
Of course, yeah. Although now it's kind of useless being who I am now. I didn't need to do all that, but it was good to get me on the straight path and get me away from living on the streets and doing stuff I shouldn't do.
Maybe it helps your vocabulary, helps your way you present yourself to people. Education does a lot.
Yes, yeah, which I kind of always had to. Being an Army brat, you always you always have to meet new people and present yourself and to new people. So I was always kind of good with speaking for myself and being outgoing, and because I kind of always had to be. Always getting took out of school and new places and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I can see you talk in front of anybody, get along with anybody.
Kinda, yeah. I think I know in the first 30 seconds if I like you or not. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of right away yep, no, I don't fuck with you, or yeah, you're cool, I'll fuck with you.
Yeah, but you still can be like a chameleon, right?
Kinda, if I have to be.
Blend right in.
That's what makes me a good agent.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes some of the girls are like, but I'm like, hey.
Oh yeah, no, that's a rough job. A lot of babysitting.
Yep.
So, what kind of men or boys or whatever at this point in time, your younger years, in your teens, were you attracted to? What type, athletic, what nationality, or all of it?
I always went for the troublemakers, and I think that's my problem to this day. I was always trouble, and then I've always liked anything that's not what I am. I was either Latin guys or sometimes black guys, stuff like that. I always like some stuff a little different. And back in the day, I used to love the cholos with the dickies and the fucking bandanas and tattoos on their face. Still to this day, I love tattoos on my face. So I'm always going for the troublemakers. Right now, I'm talking to a guy. He's a rapper. His face is all tattooed up, but he's so sweet. He's a really nice guy. He's misunderstood. He treats me nicer than my preppy guy that I was with for a whole second.
I want to talk about that guy in a little while.
That guy, that porn fart, porn fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much just anything opposite. But were they sweet, cool guys, or they just all dicks?
I'm a little mix of them. Yeah. It was just the persona that attracted me. They always have the little swag.
Bad boy.
A little bad boy swag. I always like that.
They used to name me the bad boy.
I bet they did. I can tell.
Really.
It's probably why we're friends.
They should have caught me back then.
Right?
That was trouble.
You still are.
Yeah. Try to hide. So, you got your first guy. Do you remember your first crush, or he's just the first crush, that guy?
A first crush, yeah, I actually remember. It was he was German and black mixed, and his name was Derek. I remember.
That's like the Milli Vanilli guys, right?
Yeah, he kind of like that. Yeah, he had longer hair and stuff. Yeah.
Could he dance?
No, he was just like a stoner, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were smoking weed?
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. I smoke a little bit. So all right, so then let's get back to this. So after high school, right? You go in, you go back to school because there's no high school really, but you kind of go back to school.
Yeah, get my degree, go back to school, do all that shit.
Arizona, you said?
Yeah.
Arizona State University, or
It was called what was it called? Cochise College.
Cochise. So that's
Cochise.
that's down below near
Sierra
Tucson.
Vista, Tucson. Yeah, you know where that's at.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm a Tombstone, Arizona guy.
Yeah, but no college,
bang,
so
bang,
yeah.
TTBoy. That's where I got my name.
Shit. Okay. Well, you
Right.
know, that area.
Right in Tombstone. So Cochise was the famous war
Indian
chief.
tribe, the war chief.
Yeah, from the Apaches. He was the bad boy.
Yep, that's where I went.
The homeboy of Geronimo, right?
Yep.
Yeah. People don't know the story of Tombstone, but it's an interesting one. Look it up. Anyway,
It's very interesting.
you read the story about
Yeah, I
Tombstone?
did.
That's crazy.
I forgot half of it, but I did read it.
Yeah,
I was reading it in school.
Ed Shefflin is his name. I think that founded Tombstone.
Yeah, I do recall. Yeah.
Yeah, they say real quick second. They say that there was gold or silver in those hills, and nobody would go there. It was called Goose Flats, right? And every time they would go there, nobody would go there. But then one time they did go there, a brave soul, he would go there and probably mine during the day, and at night he'd go to sleep in the one little cabin.
Right.
And so what do you think happened in that cabin? Geronimo and all his boys would come in and kill him, every one of them. So the army said to him real quick, he said, Ed Shefflin, because he was a scout and a geologist or some of that type of form. And he said, if you go to Goose Flats, the only thing you're going to find there is a tombstone.
Right.
But so he was a scout, and obviously he must have scouted, the Indians. So he probably was working during the night, sleeping during the day, or doing something sneaky, because he found the silver, got it assayed, and it was so rich.
That is assayed?
Assayed. Yeah, assayed.
Yes, assayed. Sounds like my clever guy.
Yeah, you ever heard it? Yeah. And they came back with his boys, and they found a tombstone, and they didn't stop it for 10 years. But from 79 to 89, it never shut down.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Geronimo kept throwing flaming arrows inside the city, trying to burn it down, but, it survived.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of history.
Yeah, quick. But what's to hear about you? So excuse me, everybody.
No, I didn't know that.
So back in school in Cochise County, it's hot as hell.
It's hot as fuck. I don't mind though. I love the heat. Like I'm always cold anyway, so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
It doesn't faze me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of exercise? I mean, athletic? What'd you do?
Well, I used to do, no, not really. I used to dance, a lot of dance, hip hop dance, and I was really big into horses, always barrel racing, stuff like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, dressage.
I mean, one of the first girls I was with was on a horse, and it was great.
Hey, she's going to save my horse girls, right?
Yeah, they're cool, right? I mean,
we're cool as fuck. Yep, we know how to ride.
Yeah, and, Anyways, I stimulated her while she was riding. Okay, so yeah, you were a hip hop dance. You totally got that like Honey vibe. Remember Honey?
I did, yeah, that
Jessica
movie,
Alba.
Yeah. It was a little harder though, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the way you're dressed today, she's kind of cool, but still, just sexy, right? But
well, growing up, like living in Atlanta a lot, I got a lot of, I was always hanging out with girls. I was like 4 or 5. They're like, yeah, you gotta twerk like this. And I remember we're like on this power box, and that was our stage. And it was like late in the evening in Georgia, and we were listening to, it might have been like Paula Abdul or something, and Two Live Crew, and like we were just like twerking and stuff. So
I love Two Live Crew.
Oh hell yeah, they're my boys.
But Paula Abdul was cool,
Yeah, all that stuff. So yeah,
Paula Abdul
that's
was
where
cool.
I got my vibes from.
Yeah, but yeah, I can feel it. So then you're in the school, right, in Arizona, Cochise County. And how long did you go to school for?
Not too long. It was like I just finished my education. It was like a year maybe. Then I went back to Northern California, finished off school there. Went to UC Berkeley for a whole second because I did really good, and started going for dentistry, and I started doing really good. But I just realized it wasn't for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you got good teeth out of it.
I did. I would like to sit around and clean my teeth, my lunch break. One time, I remember I sat this lady. She was an elderly lady, bless her heart. It was right before lunch. And this is when I knew maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Probably not for me. I don't think I have enough compassion or care to do this. So I sat her, and then it was lunchtime. So I went out with the colleagues, and we went for lunch, and we got really drunk, and I forgot about her. And I come back, and if I didn't tell the doctor, she's sitting in the room, and it was like 2 hours later, but she was like, bless her heart, knocked out on the chair, asleep. But I forgot to tell the doctor. I even seated her, and I seated her before lunch. And then one time I had this patient, he started, I guess he had an allergic reaction to anesthesia, and he started vomiting, and I freaked out and took the section. I stuck it down his throat, and I booked off. I was like, fuck this, I'm out of here. The doctor's like, you cannot do that. What if the patient dies? And then what do you want to do? We have legalities. You're the nurse. You have to. I'm like, fuck, fuck, I want to do this. It's like, no, it's not for me.
Yeah, it's a trip when you could see something that you don't like and do something about it.
It's not for me.
Right, you did something about it, I said, fuck it.
Yeah, I said, fuck you, you're cool, I'm doing porn, I'm out of here.
Is that because you were beautiful or because you just were strong?
Well, it's because I think it was a little bit of both. Yeah. So I tried webcamming. That's kind of what got me into porn.
All right, so let's go there. So, I mean, before we go there, so you said, fuck this. You went to school for a year or 2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
2 years?
Mm-hmm.
So a year and then 2 more years or just 2 years?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, I kind of, because I was going to be a dentist at UC Berkeley, and while I was working as a hygienist, and I just kind of stopped.
All right. So, all right. That's interesting. So then you got no job, right? At this point in time?
No, I was webcamming, and I was actually, when I stopped, I stopped because I was webcamming.
Oh, so you were already webcamming?
Yeah, as going to school and being a dental hygienist. And I was like, fuck, I'm making a lot of money. Like, I'm making more money sitting at home fucking myself for 2-3 hours than working all day and going to school. What am I doing?
Yeah.
You know? So then I just started webcamming full time.
So you started right away when you started college, just a little bit after?
A little bit after.
So how much you making? What's all this money? How much is it?
Well, I mean, for me, like, as a dental hygienist, I would bring home maybe like $1,300 every 2 weeks, which, being Northern California at that time was okay money.
In where?
Northern California.
Oh, so now you're not in Arizona. You went to school in Arizona?
Yeah, then I left to Northern California.
Okay.
That's where I went to school and everything.
What area?
Modesto.
Modesto, okay.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, it's okay money. But then I started making what I make in 2 weeks, like in a week, webcamming.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, this is way better, So.
How many hours a week?
I would like cam maybe like 2-3 hours a day, whatever that adds up to a week, and take like two days off a week.
Oh, so 5 days, so 10, 12 hours, whatever, 15.
Yeah, way less than, at the office I work 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Way more hours, way shittier work, so. Like, what am I cleaning people's teeth for all day? We're going to fuck myself and make way more money. What the hell? What am I doing with my life?
Right. Some people don't understand that if your brain's good with it, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a dream.
I kind of dropped doing what I did to please everybody and please my parents and please society. And I started pleasing myself, making good money. Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah. And now here I am, an agency owner.
So how long do you webcam for?
Maybe like 2 years or so, 2-3 years.
So
for a while, I got really big.
After? Or a while? I mean, you
said
a while.
And after, yeah. So, no, I mean, before I completely quit the dental field, it must have been like a year or so.
Okay.
And then I just quit.
So you become big. You're making more money now.
Yeah, I got pretty big on the webcam side, and everybody started asking me to shoot porn. I'm like, oh, no, I don't know. I never really thought of it. And at that time, I was still married, so I was like, well, if I do it, it's only going to be girl. Which actually was a blessing, because me starting out back then, I came in at the right time to where there were still like a few contracts and there was still some money in porn. So luckily I landed a few contracts right away.
What year is this?
It was 2013. Yeah.
Okay.
Before it got really bad with porn and stuff and all that. Poor porn ran out of money.
Yeah. So, all right. So how old are you? 2013?
No, actually, it was 2012 when I first started camming. Yeah, I was like 32, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're not gonna make it. You're too old. You got tattoos." I'm like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna do what I want." And here I am. I made it this far.
So you're like a stallion. You can't control you, right?
You're right. You can't.
It's better to be friends with her.
Yeah. Oh, savage.
Your heart's gonna get trashed.
Hell yeah.
I mean, like Jenna. Jenna's, she don't care. She will break your heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she got heartbreaker on her butt. You know?
Yes, that's what you got to be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in this business.
Yeah,
You got to look out for yourself because nobody else can look out for you.
pretty much. So you have a family at
Mm-hmm.
you're in school, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At what, 20 or 21 or 22?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I was going to school, I was pregnant, going to school, and working at a gas station. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And webcamming.
No, that's
not
later.
They webcam after.
Mm-hmm. When I
Okay.
had my second kid, yeah.
So then you have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start webcamming.
No, then I work, and then after my second kid, when I was in my 30, when I first turned like 30,
Oh yeah.
that's when
Wow.
I started webcamming.
Whoa. So you got a lot of gap in. Oh, so in between
Yeah.
that gap, right? We kind of missing that gap a little bit.
Yeah, I was just a dental hygienist and going to school to be a dentist and just living the straight life and raising my kid. And
Married.
yeah, I was married at the time.
How old were you when you got married?
I was pretty young. God, I must have been like 19 or so, 18, 19.
Were you cheating?
No, I wasn't.
No?
No, I was really just trying to live the straight life and
Working.
working and trying to do the right thing, what everybody wanted me to do. And, you know.
Were you thinking about other men at all?
No, not really. I was so busy with everything, you know. On the contrary, I might be in porn stuff, but I'm not really that much of a slut.
Really?
I'm really not.
So you were like, we're just nothing crazy going on those
No.
after years, 21,
No.
22, 23, 24, 25?
No, nothing.
No wild parties?
No, I
No
really was
swinging?
really preserved. No, my whole 20s, I was really just living the straight life. It didn't happen until like later, like until I met this porn guy in my 30s, and then all went to hell.
All right.
That was
Wow.
it.
That
was it.
This is great to know, right?
Yeah.
Does everybody know this information?
No, nobody really knows. You're getting the first details, insight
De-virginizing.
on this. Yeah.
So you just totally mellow to about 31, 32?
Mm-hmm.
No wild stories, no nothing.
No.
Were you in love, deep in
Yeah,
love?
I was. I thought it was love. Yeah, I was trying to do the right thing, and
Yeah.
And then I started shooting porn, and I shot first with girls, and I got a big contract with Brazzers. They contracted me really substantial amounts, so I talked to my spouse at that time, and then he was like, "Oh, you know, it's good money. You should do it." And then I started shooting with boys, and then I met this one
Hold
guy.
on.
And
Your
that was it
husband
at the
said,
time.
go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
So what is a substantial amount of money?
Well, I don't really want to talk numbers, but you know,
Really?
it's.
I mean, I'm a
in the 20s, 20Ks.
20K, so per
Yeah.
scene you're getting 20K?
No, for the whole package.
For the whole package.
Yeah,
Because,
for
it's very
scenes.
important to know the rates.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I was in the business. When I started, we were getting paid $100 a scene.
Oh yeah, I know. It was way more than that.
Yeah, but, there were all kinds of history back and forth, up and down, from 70s to 80s to 90s, to here. But, so your first scene, let's say your one scene, you got paid how much for your first scene?
It was a package deal. So
How
it was
many
like
scenes?
it was like 5 or 6 scenes for like 20-some grand.
Really? So that's great
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, it was
That's
good
like
money.
2,500 a scene or something like that? For a girl.
No, this was for my first boy girl.
Oh, so the first scene was girl.
My first scene was for Penthouse, and I was a girl. Yeah, but I was in contract for Brazzer. Brazzers contracted me to shoot boy girl because they really wanted me to shoot boy girl. And this, I don't know if you know who Kieran Lee is. He's the one that really helped me get my contract, pushed me in Brazzers. One of the main guys for Brazzers, Kieran.
So Penthouse was your first scene.
My first ever scene was
Girl.
Penthouse.
How much they pay you?
Oh, God, I can't remember. I think it was like maybe 600 or 700, which was a lot at that time for me.
Yeah.
You know,
And do you remember the girl's name?
Allie something. I don't know.
Ali Welly?
Allie
Alibaba?
Wally, I don't know. I don't think she's in anymore.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't know.
She was pretty?
Cute little blonde thing with glasses. I don't. Yeah.
So, I remember my first scene. I got a great memory way back. So the night before your first scene, right? I mean, you're already webcamming, so you're halfway in a little bit. It's not as mysterious as the 80s. But what did you think to yourself before your first scene, the night before? What were you thinking?
I was kind of freaked out because I've never been in with a girl before until my first scene. I was never really. I'm pretty strictly dickly. Like I like playing with girls, but it's more like of a novelty. And before that, I lived such a straight life. It just never came up, and so I was never with a girl before until that first scene. So I was kind of like nervous. I didn't really know what to do. Like how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know, you know, is that,
Yeah.
what's the smells, what, you know, I was like, all these questions, I was kind of like, but it ended up being okay.
So you were totally tripping, right?
I was tripping, I was tripping, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So the scene and happened, and it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I survived it.
She did her job pretty good?
I guess, yeah. She was younger. She was, I remember it was really hot. It was in the summer. I was in a warehouse downtown. I just remember being so hot and feeling dizzy, and I felt like the scene was like forever. But
It was long?
It was a long scene. Yeah, I felt like there was like a lot. With all the pretty girls and the teas and this and that. I'm like, fuck my life. But it came out really nice.
How long?
I must have been on set for like 7 or 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That can get monotonous.
Yeah, especially in a hot warehouse.
Yeah.
Shoot me.
Your makeup's going down.
Yeah, I'm like.
And you don't even like licking. You don't even like girls. You're
I'm
like.
like into girls like that. I don't know these people. I've never shot before, so I'm just like everything's kind of weird. And can I go now? And how long do I have to be here?
Right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really that exciting for you.
Oh, I mean, it was, you know, shooting my first scene with a girl was, exciting. My actual first porn scene. So just that aspect was really exciting.
Because your heart
Of course, yeah. I was like,
moving.
oh, yeah, I was nervous. Yeah.
No, let's go back to the boy girl. So, all right, so you do your girl. How many girls did you do before you did the boy girl?
I must have shot for like 6 months or 7 months.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So then you started getting the hang of licking?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I can do this. But then the money doing that isn't as good, and it's not really where my heart is. It's not really what I genuinely like to do. And then, why not do what I really like to do and get paid more money, So it's just kind of like, either my husband at the time was going to be with it or he wasn't,
Oh, really? That's hardcore.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a husband, I saw my pretty wife saying like, either deal with it or get lost, basically, right? I would be pretty upset.
Yeah, no, and he was. It was hard for him to deal with. And he was like, oh, you're going to meet somebody and that's it. And sure enough, it is. So he was right. Yeah, I felt bad to this day. I'm like, he was right.
The fact is that everybody has this idea, almost like the story of, like Tyson said or somebody said, everything is good till you get punched, right? Everything is good until you get something that's a little hotter or a little bit better, you think.
And you're like, oh, it's not going to happen, but then it does happen.
Yeah, and it's a scary fact. And it's a heartbreaking fact. And it doesn't just happen to one person, it goes back and forth to everybody. So you think, this, that, no. Anyways.
It happens. It happened to me. And I was like, no, absolutely not. And I love my husband. And then I shot with this one guy and I was like, oh, damn. Yep, that happened.
Fuck. Yeah,
I'm still dealing with him to this day, so on and off. So.
But why? What was it? I
was just like, when you find chemistry with somebody like that, it's really hard to find. You don't find that too often in your life. And I didn't have that with my husband. So I was like, oh, what the fuck? It's just chemistry that really.
I've seen different chemistry. Like when you touch somebody, you're on fire, or you just love to talk to them and hang out with them because they're cool, sexy, stylish. Which one was it?
It was a little bit of both. It was a combination of both. Like we just got along so good. Our sexual chemistry was crazy, and then
really? The sex mostly.
The sex was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kept me coming back and dealing with this ass for so long.
You're still thinking about it.
Yeah.
You want to say the name or no?
No, I'm not going to give him any clout on here.
Hi.
You know who you are.
Oh, okay. So back to the boy. Look at you. You're turning red a little bit. Hey, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
You've been through it.
Yeah, I mean, life is a trip. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, you can't control feelings like that either in life.
Yeah, I mean, life is like Cracker Jacks.
It is.
Yeah.
Or like crack. Once you get hooked on something like that, it's like crack.
Yeah. That's dangerous. So, all right, so boy, girl. So, you said, "Fuck it, husband, deal with it. I'm gonna take love from another man," and so you do it, and you meet this guy, but you did how many scenes so far after all this?
After I met him?
No, like now you did that first scene, but you've done quite a bit of scenes.
After that, yeah.
How many scenes have you done now?
Since then? Since I met him? I met him like pretty much as soon as I got in. He was actually a boyfriend of one of my good friends. That's how I met him.
Oh, that's even more kinky.
Yeah, so I met him pretty much right away. I'm probably 1,000 scenes.
1,000 scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a certified star.
I guess I am.
Yeah.
1,000 and counting.
Right?
Hey.
Because, you know, to 1,000 scenes, in my opinion, you become part of the fraternity.
Mm-hmm.
Part of TTBoy's fraternity.
I am. Yep.
Yeah, 'cause you can't, you know, you can't be in the fraternity unless you really put your time in.
Yeah, you can't.
You think you are, but you can't.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put time in.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta put time, and you gotta put the pussy in. You gotta you gotta crawl before you ball, man.
That's good. Say it again.
Crawl before you ball. That's how
yeah?
it is important. A lot of girls come in, they want this and that, like especially as an agent. You gotta tell them, girl, you gotta crawl before you ball, okay?
I can imagine. I'm gonna go to that one because you got a lot of things coming up. Believe me, I've heard it all.
Yeah.
But so all right. So anyways, that was a little jump ahead. 1,000 scenes. That's a lot. So you're doing these contract with Brazzers. They hook you up. They got great money. They can afford it. So they take care of you.
Yeah.
And then you get hooked on the money, right?
Yeah. You can't, like, you get used to a certain lifestyle and having a certain money. Like, how are you gonna go back to just shooting girl after that?
Yeah.
You don't. You know, you have different bills. You have different lifestyle.
Are you going back to webcamming?
Yeah, I hate a webcamming anyway, honestly. I don't really do it unless a company pays me to do it. Like a flat rate, I'll do it, but on my own, I will never webcam again. I can't stand it.
Really?
Yeah.
Monotonous, or what is it?
That, it caused me issues. I really don't like fucking myself with toys. I don't like toys at all. They cause me issues. I ended up getting like cancerous lesions on my uterus because of that. Because I didn't know like too much about like toys when I first started. I used a lot to have phthalates and like the ones that would smell like plastic really bad, and they cause all kinds of stuff. So, you know, I just don't want to do that. It's not for me.
Yeah, well, I can totally appreciate a female that's not into toys or fake BS.
I don't. Like, I'm just going to get the real thing. Why am I going to use toys when I can have the real thing?
Yeah, you're a
I
beautiful.
get paid more? Like, what the hell?
Beautiful woman. You get whatever you want.
Exactly.
Say it again. I'm a beautiful woman.
I'm a beautiful woman. I get what I want. I don't have to use toys. Fuck that shit.
Exactly.
Play with no toys.
Yeah. So, you're doing so you get hooked on the Brazzers. They hook you up. And then you are finished with them probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so you're getting paid $2,500 a scene or something like that, right?
Something
And
like
now you got to go back to normal pay?
Well, kind of, but I'm still getting paid more because I'm shooting boy-girl.
Yeah.
So it's still more than shooting for girl, just girl. But then I got another contract. I was contract with Archangel and Elegant Angel. So I kind of went from contract to contract, and it kind of like propelled me, I think, to who I am today and kind of helped make me.
Elegant Angel. So tell me about that one, because I'm very familiar with Elegant Angel. I remember when they first started back in 1989 or 1991, something like that. So,
well, actually, I have my toy line with them, the Pornstar Signature Series. So I'm contracted with the toy line. I did my first gangbang with them and stuff like that. So
I want to go to that for sure. So right now, I think Jerry is owns
Jerry,
it, because Patrick Collins started it.
Yeah, no, it's Jerry right now.
So that's who you started with, was Jerry.
Jerry is my boy.
Yeah, he's great. I love him. He gave you a contract.
Yeah.
He's Spanish like all of us. You got kind of Spanish blood.
Yeah, he's Italian.
He's Italian?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Okay, I thought he was Spanish. He's Cuban.
Cuban
he's
Italian,
Cuban.
or something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
But
he's good.
anyway, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's
Love you,
great.
Jerry.
What's up, bro? Anyways, so he gives you a great contract?
Good contract.
What kind of contract? Tell me
Just,
about it.
shoot good money to shoot my first gangbang and bring out my own DVD with me on the cover, give me my own toy line, stuff like that, be exclusive for them to my other, my first DP also, my first DP and gangbang and toy line I did with them.
All right, so I want to go to that first. But first, yeah, that's great. That's information. But so you already did A before. We're going to call it A.
Yeah.
You already did A before you got with Jerry?
Yeah.
So with Brazzers or somebody?
That was for Elegant Archangel.
Archangel.
And I actually won Best New Anal Scene on that. And it was with my ex that I had that much chemistry with.
All right.
One day we ended up doing anal. I think we were both drinking and whatever. We ended up doing anal. He was in the industry, of course, and I was. I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just do this for camera? I can get paid so much more. I feel comfortable with you doing it. So I put it out there. Hey, if anybody wants to see me do anal with him, let's shoot it. My first anal. Of course, the company's like, And
Archangel.
yeah, a lot of companies wanted me, but I ended up choosing Archangel because they were just closest to me. Did a lot of work with them. I know the people were really good, so they just seemed like a good fit. And yeah, they shot me and my ex together for our first anal.
A lot of people might not know, but maybe some people do know, is that when you do your first time especially, everybody wants to give you more money. And it's always supposed to be more money when you do especially if you're pretty.
Yeah.
So what was the tag on that?
It was like $6K.
Whoa!
And I got to, shoot with my boyfriend at the time, so it was win-win. And I had my own DVD. I was on the cover, and the pictures to this day, they're beautiful. Pictures are amazing.
Yeah.
Won best new anal MILF release or something for Urban X Awards, and so yeah, I'm really proud of that one.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, I got to shoot outside by a pool and the whole setting. Kendra Lust helped direct it.
Oh yeah.
She's one of my close friends, so that was really cool.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah.
What's up, Kendra? I don't even know her, but what's up?
She's my girl. Love her. Love you, Kendra.
All right, so I think we're gonna have to pick this up. We're gonna pick this up later, another time with Nina's first DP.
Ooh.
For Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Or Elegant Angel.
Elegant Angel, yeah.
Right.
Bart directed it, yeah.
Who?
Bart, Pat Mine.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, you know him? Yeah,
of course.
Sweetheart. He's so funny. He always makes me laugh, like, so much.
Hey.
We're so goofy on set, me and him.
He's a good, nice guy.
He's the funniest, yeah.
Yep.
So
first DP, and we will see Nina again. So this is not really goodbye. It's just
I am an agent, as you guys know, and I have a girl waiting right now, so I got to go meet her real quick, and then I'll be back for more. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Nina.
Of course, love you.
Elle.
Hey. Got it.
Oh, hold on. Ah! We got one quick thing. Listen.
Okay.
We're in this show, we do fun things. So right now, we know what's trending, right?
Right.
One crazy thing trending, and that is Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Oh.
Have you heard about it?
Yes, I have.
Have you tried it yet?
I have not tried it.
All right, guess what I brought?
I don't.
You're going to have to take a bite. But guess what else I brought to compare it to?
Oh, my God.
I brought Danny Trejo's fried chicken taco here,
Oh my
which is
God.
insanely crazy good.
Okay.
So now you can take a bite because I heard
Are
you're
you
a
gonna
foodie.
try some too?
You said you're a foodie.
Yeah, kinda.
Well, that's what I heard. So here we go. Hold on.
I'm scared now.
Oh.
This is Trejo's fried chicken taco, and this is Popeye's fried chicken sandwich. Where did you get these from? I heard these are like hard to come by.
Oh yeah, it took my
got
assistant
the
like
plug?
1 hour.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up.
She wanted to kill me.
Oh my God. Okay. Are you gonna try some too?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. So
Ladies
we're
first.
gonna try this. Okay. Okay.
And this looks to me like I got two of them. One's a spicy, one's a regular. But you're just trying one.
Is this spicy or regular?
I don't know. Hit it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. All right. Here we go.
Go, Nina, go.
Oh. Mm. It's not says BBC, but now it says Latin dick. But then I'm not big on chicken, But it's good.
Yeah?
It's good. Yeah.
I'll take a bite.
Let me try some.
Let's see.
All right, let's see. So
All right.
this is the chicken.
There's the
chicken
big
taco.
crave.
All right. So it took her an hour to. Oh damn! Look at this.
Well, that's a real deal.
Cute. Look at this. This is a real deal right here. Okay. Look at that shit.
This is a nice chicken sandwich. I like it.
All right.
I'll buy it.
Oh. Let me try this one.
Oh, I tried it today already.
Which one do you like better?
This is, Trejo's is unbelievable. Really.
I love Trails.
But you go there all the time?
I haven't been. I've been wanting to go.
Right around the
They just
corner.
opened. It used to be like an Italian place or something, right?
Yeah, way back.
Yeah.
But they've been there a year.
Oh shit.
Yeah, right there, Canoga.
Oh,
I mean Oxnard, excuse me.
yeah, I've seen it. I've
So-
been meaning to go though.
This is a spicy Popeyes, and it's unbelievable. I think it's great.
I like it. I give
Yeah.
it Thumbs up.
It's a great
I'm
sandwich.
not crazy about chicken, but it's a great sandwich. And you know what? Like, I'm going to tell you the truth. I've never tried Chick-fil-A.
No?
No, I have not. So I don't know. I'm probably the wrong person. I'm not big on chicken. I'm not crazy about chicken.
Really?
I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm not like, oh my God, I don't want to eat chicken. Like, I'll eat red meat before.
I guess I'm cheating here because basically Trejo's is, way up there in quality. So I'm cheating a little bit. So I should be Chick-fil-A against Popeyes. But this Popeye sandwich is competitive, at least as good as Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't mess with Trejo's.
Yeah, I know. You can't mess. But that's a whole different dynamic right there because it's got like, the lettuce and cilantro and everything else
Cabbage,
going on, the
that's great.
cabbage. So
Yeah, but this sandwich, the Popeye sandwich is bomb.
it's bomb.
Spicy
Can't
one.
hate on. Is it the spicy one?
Yeah,
don't even know.
I can take spice. So I'm taking one more bite. Ah,
Rah!
that's
I'll
great.
take one more bite. Took her an hour to wait for the sandwich, so we need to like cherish it. Pickle.
Ah.
I'll find a pickle.
All right.
Pickle flavor.
All right, till Popeyes is good. Till next time, we'll see you
like it.
later.
I want another bite.
All right, go.
I want another bite. I like that.
Look at that.
Oh.
All right,
I'll think I like
Later.
Popeyes. Later.
we'll be back.
Did you really wait an hour for that?
Yep.